I don't know about that. He was actually telling some weird story about Patrick Stewart right after I was telling a story about how I gave my computer a virus from too much porn years ago. Before I switched to Mac.
That always brings up a Patrick Stewart story.
Right,
for
so then
me,
I was
though.
just like, I had to stop. I'm like, yo, dude, like, we have to ride back to the gym. Am I going to want to ride with you after this? He's like, oh, yeah, no, it sounds weirder than it really is. But then we said something. I was like, oh, yeah, just in case we ever have any pretty young women as guests here, we're going to have to get an uglier engineer. I said, Mike's over there. Look at all, he was all dressed up.
Matt can fill in any time.
He's all dressed up nice and everything. Like, he's got no beer gut. No, he's... You know, I'm like, no. He's dressed nice, got nice clothes on.
Are we recording?
Yes.
All right. So we're live.
All right. Well, look, we don't edit this, so we're going to just go with it.
All right.
So, everybody, welcome once again to the Lou Capetta Show with Jay Burke. I'm your host, Lou Capetta. Jay Burke is not here today because his daughter had a communion. So, shout out to her. But I do have the lovely and talented husband and wife duo, Doug and Teresa Wyckoff, here, filling in very last minute, and they were kind enough to come down, and we've been having fun, as you could hear as we started, because we don't edit. So thank you very much.
I like that you don't edit even the beginning. That's cool. It's so real.
Yeah.
Well,
it's like a behind the scenes thing to start with.
Yeah, well, this is the first episode where we're going to do that. So
Okay.
because we didn't know we were recording.
It's really cool.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So that's we like to keep it. I like to say organic.
Wow.
Okay, I'll go with orgasmic. Your turn.
Wow. Orgasmic, organic.
And once again, we're here at Gotham Podcast Studios.
Yes.
That was good that you did a shout out. I feel like we should do a shout out more on our thing.
We have a podcast also at the
Yes.
Gotham Podcast Studios.
We're
So-
like family.
Why don't you tell everybody what it is? Actually, that's why I was trying to segue. I'm still working on my
You should let him
segues.
talk about it.
Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're not my real mother.
Yeah.
She thinks she is.
Yeah.
We do a Around the World with the He and She Show.
Yeah, our duo is the He and She Show. So our podcast around the world is basically the travel, us talking about travel.
You guys are world travelers.
We do like to travel, yeah. Although Doug didn't go international until 2.5, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Really?
Ever.
Yeah. I didn't even have a passport.
And now he's been everywhere.
Wow.
I've been to we've been to 14 countries, 4 continents.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's like doing it, and then he's like, I'm just going to keep going. It's been pretty fun. I like to travel before, and he was like not into it. Actually, he saw me on, what was it? Plenty of Fish, before we actually like met in real life at a show. And he denied me because he skipped over me because I was like on a camel or something, and he was like, and I was like,
Well, she's like, I
travel.
love to world travel, and she had a picture of her on like a donkey
Right.
in front of the pyramids, and I'm like, I can't date you. I don't even have a passport.
I was gonna say, sounds expensive.
Yeah.
That's what I would have thought. I was like, nope.
High maintenance.
Somebody-
Mark.
Yeah.
Swipe. What is it nowadays? Left, right?
Yeah.
Matt,
I'm
you
looking,
know.
I'm looking for somebody that likes
All right.
donuts.
Donuts.
It's just a picture of a donut as their profile.
Wow, that's
But then I did a show, and I won him over.
which you guys are also comedians.
Yes, we do stand up.
Very
comedy.
funny. Now you
Try
guys
to.
you guys don't perform as a
No, we
team.
do.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do both. We
Both?
do as a duo, and then we.
because I think
do
I
it alone,
saw
too.
something for you guys performing separately, but at the same show.
Yeah, we've done that too. But yeah, we do both. Our duo is the one that we've like traveled with and done that show kind of like at bigger places
We did the Edinburgh Fringe Festival.
with our duo show.
It was like a full 20 days of shows. It was
Yeah.
pretty intense.
Really, 20 days.
But the individual stuff is fun for us right now, although it's a lot of pressure. It's like I can blame it on him if it doesn't go well when
That's
we're a duo.
good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
But when I'm all by myself, I just blame myself. I don't like that.
Right.
It's not as fun.
Yeah. Well, it's also kind of like marriage, right?
Yeah.
If something goes bad, you just blame the other.
Yeah,
Right.
we're really good at blaming each other.
Oh,
Well,
That's-
one of
that's
us
awesome.
is. One of us is.
That's a good, healthy relationship right there.
I know it is. Yesterday the remote broke, and it was like, whose fault was it that the remote was broken?
Well, she broke it, and then I fixed it.
But-
She
Nice.
dropped it and broke it, and then I dropped it again, and it fixed.
It's
So,
true, but
You've been very Mr. Miyagi of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's just say when I fix shit and she breaks things.
Nice.
Wow, that's so sweet, and that's how our relationship works.
That's
right
romance
there.
right there, people.
Yeah, yeah.
That's romance.
That's
It
love.
is.
That's
That and the
awesome.
dishes.
What?
You don't do dishes, you said?
No, I don't do dishes.
I don't do dishes either. That's
I
fucking,
hate 'em.
fuck dishes. They're so stupid. First of all, I will eat off a paper towel. I will just eat off my hand. I don't care.
Wow.
I'm very, very.
You're
no
dedicated
frills.
to it.
Yeah. I mean, unless it's something like Salisbury steak or something.
That would be-
People can't see you because this is a podcast, but I believe him when he says that. I believe him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm a little chunky. I'm
What,
chunky,
Doug?
so I let myself go.
What? No, I'm just validating what his statement
Yeah.
was.
That's all right.
Why are you getting defensive?
Because that was rude.
No, it's not rude.
You guys are so weird like that. Like
No,
if I
it's
said
fine.
to another girl, "Oh, I can tell by looking at you," you would. I would be so dead.
I can tell you like Salisbury.
I would be
Now, if I told him
destroyed.
he had like pretty eyes or lips or something,
Yeah,
they might be
that'd
offended
be
by
weird.
that.
That'd
but-
be weird.
That'd be. I mean, I know I've let myself go. I was purposely doing it. I have 5 kids, man. I gotta
Self-defense. You don't get any
You
more
have
that
5
way.
kids. What are their? What's the oldest and the youngest? How old?
21 to 6.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a range.
Fucking awful.
They
Doug's,
know what causes that. Kids.
no.
You don't know? So they figured it out.
Yeah.
No.
I finally figured it out. Took me a while, but
Just 6 years ago, he figured it out.
I figure though, if I would have gotten away with having fewer kids if I would have been wearing the dress socks and shoes with shorts.
right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sex repellent.
Yeah. Yeah. just to
It's
set
magic how that works.
just to set the picture, you're wearing shorts, very white legs,
Wait a minute.
black socks, but they're not short
we're
socks.
only outfit body shaming one person per podcast.
You deserve it. Socks that are like the tall black socks.
Yeah.
Right.
Dress socks.
Dress socks,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then brown shoes. So
Dress shoes.
Matt, how's my outfit?
it's so
Matt
sad.
says it's fine.
It's not fine. Then Matt doesn't know
Coming
what
from the
Matt's
dude
talking
wearing
about.
camo pants and a sweatshirt.
He looks comfortable.
And he looks awesome.
His
Yeah.
clothes
Very-
are
I'm not chastising him at
very
all.
H&M.
He's wearing cool shoes. He's wearing Vans.
You look like a candy striper who...
Oh man, here we go.
Oh no, you can't.
Welcome to the divorce show.
I know, right? Dun dun dun.
Shit.
Whenever I am home alone, I watch a show on Netflix that's it's about divorce. It's like a TV show, and the girl in it is divorced or whatever.
Right.
It's like divorce something, and he gets all nervous every time he comes back, and I'm watching it because it's a funny show. But he's like, "Why are you watching this show about divorce?" I'm like, "Because of the socks. That's why."
making plans.
Could be worse. He could be wearing Crocs.
You know what? You've got a point. Yeah.
Crocs. That is some real sex.
So I got to
repellent.
get me some Crocs is what you're saying.
I say that in order to teach kids abstinence, they should hand out a pair of Crocs to every kid. In
That
high
would
school.
work.
Crocs and condoms.
I mean, if you have Crocs, you don't need condoms.
That's
I feel
true.
Like. They're just going to go to waste, right?
But yeah, that's true. But then they can't run so well, and then they're getting shot at.
Oh, that's true.
Wow.
That's true.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes, we're not afraid to touch on the important issues.
Sorry
people.
about that. Is that too much? Was that too real?
There's never too much. You say anything you want here.
Yeah, we just talk shit about my socks and shoes, and everything's off the table now.
What do you say, Matt?
Oh, wow, Matt. We feel really loved right now.
Yeah.
He's not even listening.
Yeah,
he
that's
got
good.
himself a microphone and everything.
I hope
Oh,
that was,
are you a member of my family? You're not even listening.
I hope that was a good text you were texting right there.
He's a busy man, you guys.
That's right.
Matt's our sound engineer today,
Yes.
and he does an excellent job.
Yeah, do you usually have Matt or do you have Mike?
I've only been here one other time. It was Mike.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's good. You're going through all of them.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just a regular podcast. Horror.
we talk about we'll talk about them in the break room after when they're not here.
The
Right.
break
Yeah.
room, like the
the break room, like this is the office.
Yeah, this is the office. We're here every day, guys.
And every once in a while, just look into the camera like you're breaking
Oh
the
shit,
fourth
there's
wall.
a camera there. Hey,
Yeah.
like Deadpool.
Like Deadpool. We haven't seen the new one yet. So
I
if you
haven't
have,
seen it,
okay,
no.
good. Then
I haven't-
It's really good.
we haven't even seen the
Really?
new Avengers yet. And we
I
have
see that. I saw
we have
that.
the movie pass, so we can go for
Oh, really?
free. And someone over here keeps like, not tomorrow, we'll go tomorrow.
Hmm.
because
every day.
they're jet lagged.
I'm gonna
That's
get-
why we can't go.
No, you'd rather stay home and watch Peaky
It's
Blinders.
weird how you
on
changed
Netflix.
your voice to do your own voice.
I did do that, didn't I? No, wait, that was you. I was doing your voice.
No, you're doing yourself.
Oh my god. No, I was doing
I
you.
do myself once a day. So.
Yeah.
Bam.
Based on his bathroom time, I think it's like 3 or 4 times a day.
Matt's raising his hand over there right now, too.
I bring the phone in to read the news, really, to read the news for 40 minutes.
I just read the articles.
40 minutes? What are you watching? The whole fucking... What are you waiting for the plot?
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck watches for 40 minutes? Oh, my God.
You know what? That's a good
They
question.
have those?
Yeah.
I'm going to set up a GoPro in there just to see what really happens for that time.
Don't you-
Cocaine and hookers, mostly.
Oh, man.
What's going on in that like 2 foot by 2 foot bathroom of ours?
It's amazing that I can spend that much time in there, and it's the only place I can hide.
That's true.
What does that tell you?
I know.
Sounds like...
Doug spends 4 hours in the bathroom. Well, how bad are you?
How bad are
How bad?
Oh.
Well, I mean... You don't even have an excuse. You spend 4 hours in the bathroom.
I take
come out
food in
wearing
there and
dress
stuff.
socks and shoes and your shorts.
I know.
I make her heat up stuff in the microwave
And look
for
at his
me.
hair. It's not like he has to like style it. It's so short.
Blow drying
now.
my hair.
Yeah.
You said you were washing your hair.
I'm just saying I'm a very, very nice wife to not delve into that bathroom time deeper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see your phone when you get out. Let me see your phone.
Oh, man. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no, I wouldn't do that to myself. I don't want to.
Yeah, you don't want to know.
No,
yeah,
she actually taught me how to use the incognito browser. So.
Yeah, I did.
really?
No, for reals, because I was like, had to use his computer.
You're like, oh my
We were
God,
dating
you
a
need
while.
to use incognito.
I don't want to see this.
Wow.
I don't want to even be a part of this. Use it. I told him how to use it, like
That's
how it
awesome.
works.
She can't stand tap dancing. It was all tap dancing videos. She's like, no.
This is the
that's-
stuff we don't talk about on our podcast because his mom listens.
You should ask Matt what the euphemism for tap dancing is.
Like what it really means.
Yeah, what does
What does
that
it mean, Matt?
Is that like anal or something?
What is that tap dancing?
Look, he looks so scared. Matt looks frightened.
Matt's the one that introduced me to the maneuver, I believe.
Yo, I can't. I
She's
can't
like, check these out.
learn any new thing. I just realized that Netflix and chill is not actually watching Netflix and chilling.
It is for me.
Well, for me, it's Netflix and fall asleep halfway through.
Yeah.
one
Once you're
fucking
40,
movie. But, yeah.
that's the definition.
But I'm
Yeah.
like, I think I said that to one of my kids, like joking. I'm like, oh, like we're gonna watch a movie. I'm like, oh, Netflix and chill. They're like, Dad, what the fuck are you talking about? You weirdo.
Gross, Dad.
I like, are we rent the movie? Like, is we not watching Netflix? And then they explained it to me, and I was like, oh fuck, man. And then I'm trying to think. I'm like, oh my God, have I said that to my boss or anything? Like,
Anybody at
Let's
work?
Netflix
my
and
parents.
chill. Hey, Mom.
Sounds like a Teresa faux pas.
It's something I would do.
ready for Jesus.
Yeah, that's a joke of mine. I did that.
Really?
Like, did you know Randy means horny? I didn't know that. And I was like I was like at a pastor's conference for the
Right.
church I was going to, and I was like introducing the speaker. It was like hundreds of pastors, and I was like, "Let's be Randy for Jesus, Randy for the Lord."
man.
And apparently it means horny, and
Yeah,
that's
Did
awkward.
You never saw Austin
Standing-
Powers?
No,
Standing ovation
this
she
was
got for that one.
pre Austin Powers.
No, literally, it was just, okay.
I actually think it just
Strong Red Bull.
yeah, I think it just came out Austin Powers, which is probably why they
Really?
kind of knew what it meant. Maybe, I don't know. I didn't know. And so there we go. I knew after.
Wow.
I really definitely knew after.
That's how you learn things.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah. They weren't
I
Randy
wish I
for
had-
Jesus.
Yeah.
They did not cheer back. I was
How
like,
could you not be?
I'm like, everybody,
Shit.
Randy? No.
Man, so I guess we could make fun of church and Jesus and stuff too. Is that
You and I can for sure, yeah.
Yeah, he does all the time.
Yeah,
I put up with it.
Sorry.
That's all right.
I just because like
I thought, like, your friends, like your co-host's daughter's communion, you might as well just go for it.
yeah, I mean
In honor
well,
of her.
Yeah, well
So he's the religious one of the group?
no, he's a heathen just like me. But I grew up Catholic, so then when oh man,
So
this is a
afraid,
long-
very afraid.
Well,
just a lot of fear.
Yeah, I was bad Catholic. So like,
Of course,
but-
fear.
right? So when I was first dating my wife, not first dating, but she has man. Well, they don't listen anyway, so fuck it. They
Right.
she has like some, I guess, like Jesus freaks, born again Christians in her family. they're legit Jesus freaks. Like
I
like
was.
There's
I
some in
understand.
every family,
Yeah.
you know.
I totally was.
There's a
like no, like very like totally. Like they're like old photo albums of them at abortion rally,
That was
anti-abortion
me.
rallies.
Yeah.
Really,
I totally did that.
took pictures and stuff.
Oh yeah.
No
Yeah.
way, really?
No, I was. Yeah. I didn't take pictures of the people walking in and out. That wasn't like our thing.
No,
we
but they
protested.
took pictures of each other like
Yeah,
it was a
yeah,
family vacation.
yeah,
Really?
yeah.
So they were.
This was like wild. This was like during the Randy for Jesus.
This was back when it was
phase.
cool.
Okay.
I was kind of
20 years ago.
culty. It was a cult kind of. It was like culty Christian
Yeah,
culty.
that's
yeah.
what I was. So like, I'm
Yeah.
Catholic. You're supposed to go to church and be miserable and be told you're fucking awful and you're going to hell and
Right.
da da da.
And scared all the
That's
time.
religion.
right.
That sounds fun.
So yeah.
That's
that's
Catholicism.
And then right, and when my dad was a kid, they did it all in Latin. So
even more scary.
Right, exactly. So she took me. We went to see her aunt and uncle, and they have this like born again Christian church they go to. And I was like, everybody's happy, and there was a band, and everybody's singing and dancing, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Everybody's happy.
Yeah, I was like, why the fuck is everybody so happy here?
This is
Like
church.
yeah, where's like, nobody's telling me I'm gonna burn in hell. Like I'm like, everybody, they're like, yeah, everybody stand up, and everybody's dancing around, and I was like, oh my god, I told my wife, I'm like, listen. They start handing out Kool-Aid. I'm not drinking that shit.
They have snacks.
Yeah.
Like, I'm converted.
Yeah, I didn't know, man. I was like, I never seen so many people in church happy like
oh
that.
wow, you run then because that would be horrible.
Yeah.
Especially if you're raised Catholic.
Well, it's
Yeah.
like horrible if you don't know it. Like,
yeah.
You know, like I don't know. Just
I was raised
Yeah.
Mormon.
were you really?
Yeah, in
Where's that?
Utah, Salt Lake City, Utah.
There's a
Really?
lot of
Yeah.
there's a lot of similarities between Mormon and Catholic. I've noticed
Were you
from the
supposed to be
outside
miserable
in.
like when you went to church and shit?
They use fear as a motivator. For
Yeah,
a lot of
that's it.
things. Like, you're gonna go to hell.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm like, well, all my friends will be there.
Well, they have like
Yeah, that's
they have like the prophet, which is kind of like the Pope. They have like they have bishops that you have to tell things to, like right, like kind of like confession, but not
Right.
quite.
Well, the Mormonism is a newly created religion, so they used a conglomerate of a lot of things. There's Muslim religion in it. There's Catholicism. There's Christianity.
Apparently that doesn't
of
go
different
over well.
forms.
Yeah.
When we got back from where were we, Jordan or something, and I was like explaining to my in-laws how the similarities between Islam
Right.
and Mormonism, they did not like that.
Neither
at
of
all.
them like to hear that.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Really?
Yeah, because they're
Although they're there, they just don't like to hear it. No, that's not true.
Yeah, because it's like the whole like the whole Trumpy thing. They're kind of along those like
Right.
just in general people that are
Trumpy.
Mormon or Trumpy. So they're not a big fan of
I'm
Muslims.
definitely gonna call people that from now on.
They're so Trumpy.
Yeah.
The Mormons are a big Trump base. It's like his largest in Salt Lake City, Utah, in particular, is like his largest fan group of people.
Which is
Think
interesting,
It's
'cause
just the
didn't he-
weirdest thing because he's such a piece of shit.
Didn't he call Mormons like at one point? Like he talked about Mormons being like crazy.
Oh
Like,
yeah, he's made fun of Mitt Romney and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they all think he's like, he's a businessman. He's a genius.
Yeah.
He's getting stuff done.
A genius at
He's
not
just
paying
gonna-
people.
just- yeah.
He
Stuff done.
fucks porn stars raw dog. That's a man.
Yeah.
That's a man.
It's going to hell, but that's a man.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Did you guys watch that interview, by the way?
Which one?
the Stormy
Yeah,
Daniels?
which one? The only one.
The Stormy Daniels one? We didn't watch it, did we? I think I saw some clips after.
I've seen a lot of her films, but I've never heard her talk.
Oh man! Speaking of
Why
bathroom
start
time,
bathroom?
Well, she's been like, oh, that's the only thing I've ever heard her say.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you actually have you actually seen her before? Like, did you know who? You can be honest.
I
You
don't
can
watch
be
porn.
real.
I don't watch porn.
Yeah.
With
Such a
women.
liar. Oh wow! Now maybe I do need to look at your phone. Oh,
Goodness.
that would explain a lot, actually.
So
It's all tap dancing
So,
videos.
did you watch the Stormy Daniels?
I did. It was fucking bullshit, man. I was like so ready. Me and my buddy were ready to. We're like, yeah, man, we're gonna have so much to talk about, and it was
got
just like
baby oil
it's
out.
a-
You guys were
it's a
ready.
dud. And then I'm like, look, as she said, she's a year younger than me, and I'm like, she's a year younger than me, and she had sex with a president. What have I fucking done?
Right?
Nothing.
Yeah.
I'd sleep with Obama.
Yeah.
Not Trump.
Yeah.
Not Trump.
Actually, Trump would probably be better. You probably wouldn't even notice. You'd be like, "Oh, are you using your finger to apply things? Oh, you're done. Okay."
I found out actually in my life history that's not something nice to say to someone.
What's that?
Like, have you even started? Are you done?
Yeah.
Or is there what's happening? No, that's bad. They take offense.
Yeah, I would. Yeah,
if they're there, if they're in there, you don't know.
I would imagine. I've never had to deal with that. I have to say that.
I can say that because it's not a problem for you. But
you have 5 kids, buddy. You're good.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
Fuck that.
I feel like
I've only had sex 6 times.
Wow.
Wait, what? Wait. That's one extra.
Yeah.
Sinner. You aren't a Catholic.
Yeah. That's the other thing too. So like before, I mean, my oldest 2 were before my wife and I were married. So I'm like, well, you guys are basically mortal sins,
right?
You know?
So it's all over after that. Let's run heroin. That's what I say.
Another thing that I realized is that kids don't like it when you call them mistakes or accidents.
They don't?
They prefer surprises.
Once they start to understand the English language, they really take offense
So
to
I
it.
told them they were all various levels of surprise, except the 14-year-old. She was planned.
Oh, it just shows she's the special one.
Yeah.
The only one that's really loved.
We wanted you.
Yeah, well, the baby. I like the 2 young ones.
You like the 2 young ones.
The 3 older
He's been
ones.
around the older ones too long. They wear on you.
They're kind of assholes, man. Like
They take after their dad.
That's a problem. I'm a fucking awful human being, man. I really am not.
It's children are like a reflection, a mirror image of what they're like. You see yourself there.
Oh, don't tell me that because I did a fucking awful job then.
Oh, no.
No, I mean, they're not murderers or anything. I don't
That's
think.
good. I don't think.
Yeah. I mean,
man.
Not that I know of.
Well, if you don't know about it, then
and they've never been caught. So then, if they are, then they're good at it.
Yeah,
so.
that's smart. Then
I should support them.
Yeah, they're still young, so.
Yeah. I feel like we should be. I feel like I'm talking about I feel like I'm about my shrink. I should be asking you guys questions as my guest.
We were talking about the Stormy Daniels thing, and that Michael Avenatti.
Oh, that's your personal hero now.
That guy's
her lawyer.
His lawyer.
Yeah.
He loves him.
That guy is like, he's such a dirtbag, but he's so awesome.
Yeah.
When I got back from London, I was like, "What'd you do?" I was gone, and he just talked about this Michael Avenatti. Was that his name?
Avenatti. No,
Avenatti.
You're being a little. She embellishes things a little bit.
No,
just
he
to
was
get
really
attention for
excited.
herself.
He was really excited.
I said I like the guy.
Yeah.
No, you said he's my new hero. I love him.
Okay, so
Somewhere in between there is. Let's find a middle ground.
I mean, I wouldn't make out with him, but
Right.
You're pretty impressed by his sleaziness.
Who's a better sleazebag, that lawyer or Casey Anthony's lawyer?
Ooh.
Yeah, because
he got her off,
and she got him off to pay for it.
Wow. What?
She was paying for her legal fees with BJ's and shit.
Shut up!
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's how you get really good legal work done.
Yep.
Wow, that's a whole nother layer. I didn't even know
crazy.
about.
Just the tip, it brings a whole new meaning.
Just the tip
of the iceberg.
Yeah, that's
That is crazy. He's slimier for sure. Then 100%.
Yeah.
Did he admit to this, or did she, or like how did this come out?
I guess like there was an investigation or something after. I got to be honest with you. I didn't follow it too much. I just heard. I'm like,
well, I'll Google it later.
I was just like, oh man, I should have been a lawyer.
I should have been a lawyer. They get paid well.
Yeah. I'm like, hold on. He's making all that money and he's getting laid for free. It's fucked up.
He's getting blowjobs on the side.
Yeah. I'm a construction worker by trade. I helped build a Yankee Stadium. Nobody's giving me a fucking BJ because the Yankees won a World Series.
Right?
They do owe it to you, though.
You just got to yell at chicks all day and get in trouble for it.
First of all, I'm a Mets fan. Second of all, I'm a very bad construction worker, lazy.
So don't go to the stadium is what you're saying.
I mean,
I'm not a fan of the Yankees.
If I were you, I wouldn't pee on the west side. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I didn't build any of it. I spent a lot of time hiding in the Porta-John.
Did you?
Yeah, I'm in a union.
That's like Doug's construction right there. That's his background, hiding.
I'm in a union, so it's like, I mean, I'm very pro-union, and this is not something somebody that's pro-union should say, but, I mean, I get paid the same as a guy that fucking does all the work, so
right,
fuck him.
Right.
Wow, you guys are the same.
That's not true at all.
You also were that. No,
No, he's in a little bit better shape, and I'm feel like I'm a little bit better dresser.
Doug did construction forever, and I feel like he was really good at like hiding away.
Oh yeah,
based on the stories.
I fucking hate it. I shouldn't hate it because I get paid well, and you
guys have safety meetings though.
Oh yeah, I'm the fucking worst at those. I make fun of everybody. You know how many stupid people are in construction?
You know,
a lot.
No, but like a real safety meeting.
What's that?
Like time for safety meetings.
Yeah.
Like
I think it's different in New York.
Not discussing real safety. But
Is safety meeting like something like
it's
Netflix and chill?
Yeah.
So like, oh no.
I worked in Hawaii. So,
oh wow.
Safety meetings were a whole different thing there.
Yeah. Shit, man.
We would call safety meetings, and everyone would go to the one side of the building, and
no.
You guys get tested there, so that's the problem.
Yeah, actually, I'm on a job now. We do get tested.
Yeah.
That's probably smart, actually, to not be stoned while you're building a Yankee
Well, it doesn't
stadium.
stop them. They just know they get tested.
You should see the fucking train wrecks I work with.
Really?
Oh,
it's construction.
When I first got in, they were like, you know anything? I'm like, no. I'm like, well, how'd you get in? I'm like,
Uncle Bob.
My father-in-law at the time, he hates my guts, and I think he hopes I die here.
So he got me.
Yeah, so he got me in, and they're like, all right. They're like, well, you don't know anything, but can you pass a drug test? And I was like, well, yeah, I don't do anything like that. He's like, can you come in every day and on time? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, oh, this is a real job. We can't do that. He's like, oh, you got half the local beat. He wasn't lying.
Oh, wow.
So now you've moved up in seniority. You're in charge now and spend a lot of time at the Porta-John.
Not really in charge, but I just kind of like, I don't give a fuck. Like, fire me. I'll go work somewhere else.
Yeah, you have to be careful. They might listen to this.
Nah.
Probably not.
Nah, I've been looking at my numbers.
Oh, no. I haven't even
really.
looked at ours for the last couple of weeks. I don't know. I look at Matt.
Yeah.
I look at his face. Should I be? No, I shouldn't be.
I don't look at my numbers like I don't look in the full length mirror after I get out of the shower anymore. just walk by. Nope, still good.
Would it be rude if I vouched for that too?
Still 180 pounds, 10 inches.
Oh, wow.
Well, none of that's not true. None of that's true. I mean, so got this vision of myself.
It's an Adonis. He just painted himself for us.
Yep.
Paint me like one of your French ladies.
That is such a male thing. Women are the opposite. We like see worse than that's there, and men always see so much better than what's there. I mean, not that it's not, but I'm just saying.
No, it's definitely not. No,
we don't worry about it as much. I think it's nice. We don't have to have that concern that it's like
you could be fat and still like some women dig that.
Right?
Like they like stockier
the dad
guys.
bod. Like for you, for instance.
The dad bod. That's what I was like so happy that became a thing because I was like, oh shit,
I'm rocking that already.
So much cooler than what I was calling it. Is the I hate my life. I'm just gonna die on these donuts bod.
I don't know. I like that.
I have one of those too.
Yeah, dad bod does sound better. Yeah.
So thank you.
It flows better.
Leonardo DiCaprio for that. We like that one.
Wait, what?
Because he got kind of fat, and they started calling it a cool look and the dad bod, and then
really,
and that's
Leo
DiCaprio. Got a little fat for us all.
Good for him.
Good for him.
Yeah.
You know, I saw skinny Jonah Hill the other day.
Oh, I don't like him. You know, when I was in high school, I had an Italian teacher.
Wait, have you met Jonah? Like personally, you don't like him?
I don't like. See, I just all right. This is why. So
you guys went to school together?
No,
just let him tell the story.
I'm trying to get him to tell the story.
No.
Welcome to the Doug Wyckoff Show with Luke.
Right. Right, exactly.
So, as I was saying.
I'll stop talking then.
No.
Go ahead, do your story. Tell your story.
Just
like, stay, Luke. Come on, do your story.
I feel like there's too much pressure now. It's the shittiest story ever. You just made it worse. It's not even funny now.
Oh.
We're going to edit this out anyway.
No, we're not.
Clip it out.
No, we're not.
We're not editing. We go raw all the time.
Are you going to tell the story?
Yes. Okay, so, all right. So, in high school, I had an Italian teacher. He was awesome. He was hilarious. He was fat. And then the next year I had him, he got skinny, and he was fucking miserable. That was such a fucking letdown now.
No, it's not.
And that's why you hate Jonah Hill.
Yeah, because I feel like Jonah Hill is not funny skinny.
Oh, this is like a traumatic thing that's happened to you. So if people get skinny, you're like, oh, I can't like you anymore.
No, I think you're right. Like, so what happened was, you know how he got really skinny and then he gained all the weight back and like was way fat. And then, well, I didn't know what phase he was in. So I was like walking on Broadway and like, I don't know, Broadway in like Houston. And I saw him, and I was like, that looks like Jonah Hill if he was skinny. And I didn't know, so I Googled skinny Jonah Hill.
Right.
And saw him in the same little outfit. It was in front of a gym or something, smoking. Same thing. And
That's
I was
healthy.
like, oh, it's skinny Jonah. So I'm like looking at my phone, looking at him, and he could tell. He knew what I was doing. He totally knew. He gave me like death stare, like, don't you say it. Yes.
Fat Jonah Hill would have laughed at that.
Fat Jonah Hill would have laughed. He just looked sad and angry.
Let's get him on your podcast.
Maybe he'll block you on Twitter.
Maybe. So, do you guys want to hear the story of
Yes.
Scott Baio?
Yes,
Scott
please
Baio
do.
blocking? All right. So,
Bring it.
Who is Scott Baio?
he's only the greatest
Charles in
American
charge
thespian of all
of
time.
our lives.
Yeah,
Charles in
exactly.
charge of our days
So-
and our nights. Okay.
My partner, Jay Burke, and I, my life partner, which, by the way, this podcast that we do is basically just our phone conversations for the last fucking 20 years, except we just record it now.
I like that.
Way better, yeah.
Yeah. So, I forget how it happened, but we came up with a Hall of Fame for like the world's ultimate douchebags.
Ooh, I like that.
So we named it after Scott Baio.
The whole list was named in honor. Like
It's the Scott Baio Hall of Fame.
it's like the Scott Baio Award for biggest douchebag.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that.
Sounds appropriate.
So we're sports fans, so we made it the Hall of Fame. I mean, that's legit. Like, we named the Hall of Fame after you.
Right.
You know how hard it was for me to get my wife just to let me name one of my sons after me? Like, it's like the first one. Once we had the second one, she's like, oh, yeah, you can have that one.
Right.
You can have that one.
Yeah. So,
That one.
that one. Yeah. So, so I reached out to him because we wanted to do like a big podcast, have like a big ceremony and stuff. So I reached out to him, like, yo, he's got to be flattered. What the fuck is he doing now? He's like Trump won. He's got nothing to do, right? I mean, except fight all these rape charges. But other than that, I have a feeling his schedule's free.
It's pretty, well, he read
Yeah.
your Twitter message.
Right.
So.
Is that what happened?
Yeah. So I reached out to him, and he blocked me.
Wow.
So he did have time. He just
guess.
chose not to.
He had
get-
time to block you.
He did have time to block me.
He probably was worried that it was going to be all rapey people, just like
Well, it's
him.
mostly rapey people. I mean, let's face it. I mean, does it get? Which then
Maybe his first indication was like, he was getting named a douchebag and the whole list was named after him. That might have like,
yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't really go.
You didn't tell him that
Yeah,
part.
I didn't tell that part.
it
but
was just an award for
I was just like. So then we were like, oh, Bill Cosby's got to be in.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. So
He gets a Scott Baio Hall of Fame award.
which actually probably should be the Bill Cosby Hall of Fame.
He is older and was
More
much more
rapey.
accomplished.
He was a very accomplished rapey
One of the-
person. Yeah.
one
he's-
of the, yeah.
You know, if you're going to be good at something,
Yeah.
I think rape is a bummer to
He
have
was,
it. But
he was good
Yeah.
at a lot of things that he did, and rape was very much one
Yeah.
of them. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like all the warning signs were there. Like he had the guy on his show had a gynecologist office in his home. Like
yeah, that's so true.
that's fucking.
That's a
It's
little
like,
creepy.
hey man, I'm just gonna bring this bad boy right here.
Right in front of my old lady.
That's right.
Oh.
Hey,
And she's a psychologist, so she can help him after he gets done.
Oh man,
That's true.
no. She was a lawyer.
Was she a lawyer?
Same.
Yeah. Well,
She
even
could
better.
protect him. Yeah, she could.
If he had her as a lawyer,
Right.
he'd still be a free man.
Oh.
Yeah, this is fucking.
So who else?
Going off
Who
the
else?
rails.
Who else won an award besides Cosby?
Charlie Sheen,
Oh yeah, he's totally rapey.
Lenny Dykstra. You guys know Lenny Dykstra?
Yeah, the
is?
Mets.
Yeah.
Second base.
No, center field.
Center field.
But
I don't
he
know
was.
who that
Did
is.
you? He was on the '86 Mets, and he's big. He's all fucked up. But he was friends with Charlie Sheen, and they just got a big fight. It was like in some magazine.
They got in a fight.
Yeah, and I guess like they're not friends anymore. So he was going out. He was in this magazine talking about Charlie Sheen is, knowingly spreading AIDS around, and
Wow.
well, he wanted to create a brand of Sheen stuff. I wish I was making this up. I wish I was brilliant enough.
Lenny did.
Yeah,
Lenny wanted to make some Sheen stuff.
yeah,
right.
a web like where they would sell stuff.
Like face cream.
Like a cologne called Tiger Blood. I'm not even fucking joking. And it was the thing. Man, I wish I was smart enough to make this up. The website was called planetsheen.com.
Wow.
So I was just like, yo, can you imagine? Like, just last minute, you're like, oh, fuck, it's Father's Day. I forgot to give my dad something. Ooh, let me check. Let me see what they got on Planet Sheen.
Tiger blood.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
Ooh, Tiger Blood, Dad.
Yeah, thanks for raising me, Dad. It was a Sheen vodka he wanted to make.
Sheen vodka.
Yeah.
It's got real bits of tiger in it.
Yeah. And roofies.
What does that smell?
It's like pre-roofied.
The vodka comes with roofies.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's pre-roofied.
And there's a teddy bear. It's full of cocaine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll take 3 of those teddy bears.
Do you really like Planet Sheen? I can't believe that didn't take off.
I'm so surprised.
I mean, that would be the game, wasn't it? Which one's got the cocaine hidden in it? Which gift do you buy?
That would be.
It's like, it's got to be in one of these. Is it the alarm clock? I don't know. Could be in the shot glasses.
Wow. So Sheen and this dude, this Louis, he's so
Lenny.
Lenny.
I'm Louis.
You're Louis.
I mean, I probably belong in it too. I mean, I'm not rapey or anything, but I think I'm kind of a douche.
Did you come in like 5th? Did you rate yourself?
I mean, I am from Jersey, so like that automatically makes you
that helps a lot.
Kind of a douche.
Puts you way up there.
We lived in New Jersey, and I feel like every day was arm day for guys in New Jersey. You cross over, and it was just like arms and like little skinny little legs.
In New Jersey, the only thing they have in the gymnasiums is like bicep curls and triceps.
The gymnasium.
Gymnasium.
Wow, you're almost 50.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing in Jersey.
Yeah.
And the little vibrating belts.
Hey, where you go on Fridays? The discotheque?
The discotheque. And then to the gymnasium. He's like, why are you guys laughing? What's wrong with that?
Huh?
I'm wearing my black socks and my dress shoes.
That's true.
No.
You tried to warn us.
Oh, the gymnasium.
You guys are jealous because you just follow fashion and I set the stuff.
That's you know what? That's a good point.
Charlie Sheen would wear what you're wearing. That's all I'm saying.
Why don't you just ask my mom what to put on next time you come out?
I feel like we're getting a little personal now. I don't know.
Well, she bought that shirt for her.
This is a present from your mother.
Yeah, it's a shirt.
True.
It's because it's her favorite style of shirt. So now she looks like she wants to be my mother.
No, I just feel
she
like
dresses like my mother.
Nice.
You'll be nicer to me if I look like your mom.
If you cooked like her, I might.
Don't think
Oh. Brutal.
And good night.
My mom's a terrible cook, too.
Wow. I really hope she's not listening to this episode.
And it was almost 5 years. We made it almost.
If she's not listening to this episode, she'll be just like my mom.
Yeah. I don't think she hasn't listened to our
She doesn't know how to work
podcast
the podcast.
No,
we're safe.
We talk about her listening, but she's never
Constantly.
listened.
When I go on Facebook Live, my dad will watch, but then he's just like, oh, why do you got to say so many F words? And I'm like, because I don't feel I'm funny without the F-bomb. Like, it's a sentence enhancer.
You have to
It is a sentence enhancer.
Yeah.
You're like, you raised me in Jersey.
That's your
Yeah.
Not my fault.
Yeah. You chose to live in New Jersey. What the fuck?
At least it's not Staten Island, though. You can have that. Hold on to that. Yeah. Have you ever been to Staten Island?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got family there. It's fucking awful.
Sorry.
Okay.
I don't live there. Don't be sorry to me.
The good ones got away.
Yeah.
I've only been once to Staten Island, besides like when you take the ferry for free to see the Statue of Liberty and you do a really quick turnaround. But I've been once and it was to do stand-up comedy at at what do you call it?
Psychiatric
Psych
hospital.
ward. Yeah. But not for the patients. Like I had prepared a set for the patients. I ended up not being able to do a set because they ran out of time. But it was like social workers.
They ran out of the building. I thought you were going to say.
Yeah, they all escaped.
It's Teresa. Run.
No, it was like social workers that didn't really have a sense of humor. Yeah. So it was okay that I wasn't able to go. But I felt
we're not
at
generalizing
home there.
social workers, by the way.
No, not at all. Just the ones that were there at that moment.
Just Staten Island social workers.
Right.
Just those.
I've never heard of anyone who's moved to Staten Island. I've only heard of people moving from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually, you know what? Me neither.
Yeah.
You've lived here your whole life.
I'm like, yeah.
That's a true
There's
statement.
like a new hip area, though.
My mind is blown. I don't even know.
You're like, wait, what?
You know, there are people moving there now. There's like a new hip little area right on the.
They're not happy
on
about
the
it.
Fucking
coast there.
hipsters.
They're gonna
Yeah, that's the new spot.
They're like roaches,
Once
man.
it happens in Staten
Yeah.
Island, nowhere's safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to go everywhere.
Yeah, I heard that Staten Island was on like some kind of like chemical or some like horrible dump site, and so like people would go crazy because it was like on some chemical dump site or something. I don't know if it's true.
Good to me. Yeah.
As I was riding the bus for 2 hours around the island.
I feel like that's just an easier excuse to just saying like everybody here is douchey. But
we have a show.
That was number 5 on the list. Staten Island.
Staten Island. Yeah.
Anyone there?
We have a show scheduled for Staten Island actually.
Yeah. So if you're in Staten Island and listening
in June,
you want to throw things out.
Come on
I just
out.
remembered that. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
We didn't mean Staten Island. We meant
Jersey,
Long Island.
Do you guys ever come out to Jersey?
Yeah. We used to live in Weehawken.
Right.
Yeah, and we're going to a barbecue in a couple weeks.
Nice.
In a week.
So we will venture to the Jersey.
Yeah. It's a great view of New York.
Stand up or anything?
Oh, you know what? We haven't ever done it in New Jersey.
Hoboken has some
except for like a private
spots.
Corporate gig. Hoboken.
Yeah.
Hoboken's cool. Like it's like
Kona Club is one.
I feel like Hoboken is like New York light.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit cheaper, but it's like right there with the path. It's like 5 seconds to get there. It's cute. It's cool. It's hip.
Yeah, everybody there is so much cooler than me.
What part of New Jersey are you in, Hoboken?
No. I'm in a little town called Dumont. It's about maybe 15 minutes north of there, up in Bergen County.
Bergen County.
Dumont High School, class of 96.
Yo. When we first moved to New York, the first time, him and I together, we lived in North Bergen for a bit.
Yep, that's very, very close. I used to buy records at a store in North Bergen when I was in high school.
There you go. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't buy records?
When I thought I was a DJ.
You're like Bleecker Street or North Bergen. Let's just go for North Bergen.
Well, I wasn't cool enough to come into New York.
You were a DJ? Is that what you said?
No, I thought I was a DJ.
Oh, you thought you were a DJ.
I spent a whole bunch of money just to suck. Kind of like when I got married. Like spent all this money just to be a fucking awful husband.
Oh, I'm sure you're not awful.
You got to have hobbies. I
mean, look at this guy.
Yeah.
Just kidding. You're fine.
Terrible DJ.
You're okay. I know. Yeah, terrible DJ.
Yeah, I was an awful, awful DJ. Yeah. So
I feel like most DJs aren't. I mean, now all DJs will hate me, but I mean, honestly, very few DJs have I met that are like really good. Our wedding DJ was horrible. I mean, he's probably going to listen just because that's my life. But yeah, he was bad. He was so bad. Yeah. He was like, okay, so we got married like out kind of, by the beach in Oregon.
Oh, nice.
No Wi-Fi. And I'd sent him a list of music like weeks before.
Right.
And he decided not to download them until he got to the beach, which had no Wi-Fi. So I think
she walked down the aisle to a Disney song.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was bad.
A whole new world.
I'm like angry about the whole thing.
It totally was that.
It was and it was like,
and then they danced with the daddy-daughter dance.
Oh,
what was the song with that?
Shaker.
No, it was so worse.
Here's the lyrics. We actually didn't know it until we watched the wedding video.
Yeah.
And I'm like, did you hear the wedding song?
He's like, made me play it again. And I was like, oh no. I don't know the song. I don't know the name of it. I've never heard it before or since. But it was like, how did it go? It was like,
when I see your body.
No, it gets so much better. And it's like,
I feel so confused.
Yeah, and then the next line.
And when I touch your body.
What the fuck?
I just want to be abused. And this is her dancing with her dad.
Yes.
For her wedding.
Wow.
I know. And when we saw it on the video, we had just sent out the same video to all of his relatives that didn't come to our wedding, that were all like conservative Mormons, and that's great. I was like just thinking about that. It was awesome.
Oh my God.
He was bad. He was really bad. He bless his heart. He also didn't put
bless his heart.
The speakers were like really far away. So when I was walking down the aisle, it was like people couldn't really hear half of it, and it was an adventure.
Wow.
So if someone's like, I'll DJ your wedding for free. No.
Pay them.
You get what
so
you
were
for,
better
right?
than him. I'm sure you were way better than him.
Yeah. I mean, you would have, if I was your DJ, you would have had a lot of Wu-Tang Clan. Some
white lines.
White lines, yeah.
Vision, dreams of passion.
Wait, what?
See?
I don't.
Little Grandmaster Flash.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's already an improvement.
Wow.
That's a DJ song right there.
Man, maybe I'll Maybe I'll get back.
He's getting back into it.
Yeah, and now
the wedding DJ.
Now it'd be like kind of retro and cool. Like, yeah.
If you had records now, you'd actually be really cool.
Yeah, because no one does it. They just have it on their phone.
On the laptop. And
yeah.
Even you don't even have to mix now. It's got a program, everything.
Do you still have your records, though?
No. I got rid of them.
I miss records. I liked having records.
Yeah, records are the shit.
You have to be careful when you put the needle on, not to like ruin it.
I'm a big hip hop fan too. So like,
are you?
Yeah, so I like the DJs that still use the records and stuff.
So when you were younger, since you lived so close to New York, did you see like a lot of like good shows?
Yeah, I mean, I saw Jay-Z before anybody knew him.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
He was JY.
he was still Jay-Z, but he was not before anybody knew, but he was known, but kind of locally.
Yeah.
And I bought a record. It was a white label, and it had a lot of stuff off his first album, and some of it was different. It was I wish I still had that. It'd probably worth some money now.
It probably would be worth quite a bit.
Yeah. And then actually, I had a guest on the show, Mike Geronimo. He was a 90s rapper from Queens, and he had an album out. And on his album, he had Jay-Z on it. DMX was on it.
Wow.
Before those guys were famous.
Wow.
Yeah, so he was a cool dude. And then he had like a couple records, and then now he owns his own business out here. He's a locksmith in the city.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So you too can own a locksmith company.
Yeah. I feel like the world is my oyster.
Unlimited potential, my friend.
Potential.
Yeah. Wow.
Wasted potential.
You're like the same age as me. So hip hop kind of became a thing like when I was a kid. Like for me, it was like middle schoolish, like a little bit younger than that.
Here.
It was NWA. I remember they came out, and it was like really specially naughty. And so if you had like the tape, because it was like it was like a big deal.
Big Daddy Kane,
was
the one that I really somebody exposed me to him. He was just the coolest dude, man. He always wore a suit. He always had jewelry on. Every picture he had like 2 or 3 nice looking ladies with him. I was like, man, I want to be that guy.
Living the dream.
And I was like, Mom, I need to get a flat top. She was like, what? Meanwhile, she's like, pictures of me when I'm young. My mom has me in a pompadour like I'm a little Billy Joel. It's awful. Yeah.
That's so cute.
Yeah. No, it's not cute.
Little baby Billy Joel.
Yeah, it's abuse.
I know. Oh, here, go to school, go sing Uptown Girl.
Uptown Girl.
Yeah, so.
He's been living.
So you rebelled and went straight the other way. See, where I lived, though, there wasn't a whole lot of hip-hop shows you could attend. I mean, I grew up in like Vancouver, Washington, which is by Portland, Oregon, and it's very suburban. So we didn't really have any hip hop shows. Although when I was in high school, they did have a lot of like grunge and stuff.
Yeah,
like
that area.
Nirvana was kind of came out then. It was like right there.
I love that stuff too. I like pretty much everything.
Yeah.
We had a lot of Beach Boys when I was growing up.
Yeah, you did.
Neil Diamond.
A lot of the choir, the choir, Mormon Tabernacle Choir.
Yeah, you really, that's your style. Actually, you were really into the heavy metal. Like you were a hairband guy, weren't you?
Yeah.
The Crew, Motley Crue,
Iron Maiden.
DC, Ozzy.
Yeah.
Megadeth.
Yeah, Black Sabbath.
Nice.
Poison.
I was always told they were from the devil, so I never could listen to them.
That's why I listened. Queen.
Yeah.
There was a whole big thing how they banned Queen because it was backmasking. If you play it backwards, it says smoke marijuana. Like, what?
Really?
Listen. Yeah, they had like a whole big thing. Like in the
Who started that, by the way? Who the fuck plays something backwards?
I don't know. You got to be really looking for that shit.
Yeah.
But they were like, don't let your kids listen to it because if it's a record, and they're like, this guy's like showing them how to do it and everything. And I was like learning all this stuff. I was like, this is so awesome. I'm going through all my records afterwards, looking for devil music.
Them. Looking for
you idiots.
Looking for the devil.
I feel like whoever started doing that should be in the Scott Baio Hall of Fame.
I do too.
Right. Music
Give them that
At least
award.
number 2.
Wow, I feel like you should actually make a real like bronzed head award. of the Scott Baio.
Put his head on like a douchebag.
And then
And he'll be like the nozzle cap. His head could be like the little.
Yeah, I don't know if
you could even have people on. Like, you've received this award.
You squeeze it and it just comes out of his mouth and nose.
Oh, that's so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could be on your podcast. You could be like, you're going to win an award.
Yeah.
And then have them on to receive the award.
Try not to get beat up, though,
That's
either.
true,
That's
yeah. You have to have like a couple.
Me and Matt will be here. We'll be okay.
Yeah, actually.
But you guys will be okay. Like,
no, the three of you. You guys could.
We won't let him hurt you. I've been watching Peaky Blinders. I'll put a razor blade in my hat. I'm a bleeder. I'm from Jersey, I know. I learned these things young.
Pudgy and I'm just like a big
You're a
hair-covered
construction
bag
worker.
of fucking Boston cream.
You're a construction worker. You're a tough guy.
That doesn't mean anything. I am absolutely. Don't start spreading rumors. I am not.
You lift heavy stuff.
Nope.
No, no.
No, I will not.
The guys I work with lift heavy stuff. They're pretty tough.
I just point and have a phone.
I'm really good at traffic.
Are you?
Yeah.
The cone guy.
Yeah, I'm good at that.
I'll get this flag.
Yeah.
Nice.
Actually, I'm not that good at that because I look at my phone sometimes and still let cars through.
Traffic is just lining up for miles.
Yeah, nobody's died though.
Nobody's died.
Yet.
But did you die?
Did you die?
So it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's a good, motto to have.
Yeah.
If
As
you
long as
don't
nobody
die,
died. Yeah.
So what are you working on now? You were working on the Yankee Stadium?
No. I'm actually in Jersey right now. My local is New York and New Jersey.
So you're working in Jersey now?
Yeah, by MetLife Stadium.
Is it MetLife Stadium you're working on?
No, I'm working
Just over there.
Route 3, like underneath the overpass there, repairing. It's so lame.
Is
Nobody
it
wants to-
road work? Construction like
It's
the overpass?
it's actually it's underneath though. It's the Hackensack River. It's actually a water job. We're repairing the columns and stuff that hold up Route 3.
Whoa! So you're basically, if people die, then
No. It's not my fault. I
never went down there.
Yeah, I just, like if somebody gets run over, maybe that's my fault. But as far as the actual work, that's not my
if it
fault.
collapses, you have nothing to do with that. You're just doing the flag. You don't know.
I'm just stealing money. Really, that's really what I'm doing. I'm just stealing money.
Man, you should do construction again.
All right.
Yeah.
Nah,
Right, totally.
fucked up.
Yeah.
You won't do it, though, because of your back. You're like, I'm too old to lift heavy things and nail stuff.
Why did you go into a country accent there?
I don't know.
It's just
That's,
like,
in my head, that's
I'm
how he
too
says.
old.
In my head, that's how he sounds.
You sound like a runaway slave. Like it's,
Oh my god!
See, I told you
too old.
she was racist. I told
Yeah.
you.
Oh, whoa, guys!
wow.
Whoa.
Oh, this derailed very
This
quickly.
went bad.
Yeah.
and you don't even edit, so who knows?
Can we edit?
Nobody here is racist.
Can we
first
edit
of
that
all.
out?
Don't speak for him. You don't know.
Yeah, true.
You don't know me.
That's
You
true.
don't know.
That's true. Well, you're from Salt Lake City. You can't be racist, right? That was a joke.
That was a joke. Yeah.
That's like the whitest place on earth.
It
I think,
is
right?
actually.
There are some black people there. They're called the Utah Jazz.
So bad. It's so true, but it's so bad.
You can't be a
Austin.
black person and people will be running up and asking for autographs and shit.
Shit.
Can I get a photo with you? And you're
It
like,
is.
why?
It's like suffocatingly white.
Yeah.
There's no diversity. I remember when we moved there for a bit.
Really?
And it was like overwhelming for me that it was no. And I'm from Portland, which also doesn't have a whole lot of diversity.
Right.
I mean, there's like 5 black people, and we really are very politically correct because we don't want them to leave. But
in Utah, if you look Italian or Greek, you're the minority. We have to pick
Right.
on you. You have the dark hair.
yeah,
Everyone else is blonde.
it's very suffocating. It is true. No, they're all blonde, like all blonde, tall, Nordic-looking people in Utah.
It's the chosen race.
Oh my gosh.
That's what they tell us.
That's you are so. That was the most racist thing you've ever said.
It's time to go now.
Oh, I think we're going to start editing.
I know, right?
Matt says no.
I feel like you should do
Nah,
a
we don't
disclaimer
edit.
that that's not what you actually believe right now
Nah,
in your
because
life.
if we really, anybody here is really racist, we wouldn't be joking like this.
That's
it's
true.
Like you'd
I'm
be
not
saying,
racist. I watched the royal wedding. What can I say?
You say, I'm not racist. I have black friends.
Oh,
On
man.
Facebook.
that's what the
Oh, that is a thing. People say that. I've heard people actually say
Yeah.
that as a thing.
Yeah.
For sure. For real. I knew a girl, barely didn't know her super well, but she lived on my street in Portland. and she was kind of famous for a bit. Like she was on like all the talk shows and stuff. She was African American, and she had a website that was like rent a black person, a black friend. And it was like a parody of like, and this is very true for where I come from. Like everyone wanted to have like a black friend at their parties because then they were like diverse and cool. So it was like rent a black friend. It was so bad.
Shit, dude.
But so real.
I mean, if you take a step back, isn't it kind of like
so bad.
a whole nother level of like trying to rent and buy people?
Yeah, that was the point.
It's not cool.
That was the point of her website. It was like showing,
Shit.
it was like a parody, but it was like showing.
But yet she
how-
was overrun with people making requests.
No, she actually had to. I could be wrong, but when I read
That's
a whole
crazy.
thing about it, she had to like stop. I think because she was like so annoyed with people thinking it was real. Like that was a thing.
I've always wanted a black friend.
I need to look her up because she was really fascinating. She lived down the street from me, and then
Right.
I don't know how I found out that that was her, but anyway, it was kind of fascinating. That was her. It was cool because she got on these shows,
Right.
and there was like an. You could probably YouTube it if I could remember her name, but she was on with Bill Riley.
Oh, God,
And it
that
was
fucking douche.
Yeah, it was kind
He's
of
on your
awesome.
list, too.
Oh,
Is he
he's
on the thing?
He's
Yeah.
gotta be on there.
Top two.
Him
Oh,
and
that guy.
he deserves.
Fucking hate
Sean Hannity, too. That's
Oh, I hate
another
that guy too.
Man, there's a lot
Yeah.
of award
Oh,
winners.
man.
You'd have to make it a top 10.
Yeah, we're gonna fucking fill this thing up quick.
I know.
Just do a random drawing. Just put all the names in a bucket.
Shit, man.
There's so many.
And they're both
to
kind of
choose
rapey
from.
too.
They are extremely rapey. Yeah.
When Michael Cohen's your lawyer, just real estate. Just real estate.
Yeah, right.
Shit, man.
Right.
He represents everybody else with hush money for their hookers, but yours is just real estate.
Yeah. He's a fixer.
Sure.
That's what is
fixer.
a fixer. That's his job. He didn't fix this.
Yeah,
he
nah.
he
Went to the
fucked up.
worst
He
law
really
school
did.
in the country.
Yeah, he did. Did you
Did he?
hear that?
No, I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
He got a law degree from the very worst.
It's the worst. It's like you don't even have to apply really to get in. Like they'll let anybody
Really?
in. Yeah.
Just fill out the
Really?
form and pay for it.
Yeah.
You get a
It was
degree.
like that one
think they sent it in the
medical
mail.
school. Have you heard of the one in the Caribbean where you can kind of anyone gets accepted?
No.
It's a
Really?
thing. And
You could be a doctor.
yeah.
If you can afford it.
Well, and the funny thing is, well, not that funny, but I was living by myself in New York, in Brooklyn, and I got really sick and I had to go to the ER. So I went to this hospital. I think it's the King something hospital. Anyway, they almost killed me a couple times. And yeah, it was like bad situation. I was in there for like a couple weeks when I shouldn't have had to. I got a super infection. Apparently that hospital is like the worst in the country for like having like super infections, and all the doctors would come through on their rotation, all these new doctors, and they had all gone to that school in the Caribbean.
Wow.
Yeah, like they wanted to do a
That's
surgery on me, and I checked myself out, and I didn't have insurance at the time, so they
Right.
were like, well, your insurance won't pay for it if you check yourself out, and I was like, I don't even have it.
Yeah.
You're not getting any
They're not
money
paying
from
for it
me.
anyway, so-
They had to write it off because it was like $250,000 I owed them.
Wow.
Yeah, thanks American Healthcare.
Yeah.
So they eventually just wrote it off. It's not on my credit anymore, thankfully. But anyway, they were gonna. I was like, I knew I would die. Like if they cut me open,
Yeah.
I was like, I'll be dead.
Holy shit.
So I just was out. So yeah,
So about this law school,
yeah.
where is that? Because
Are you wanting to go to law school now? You need a law degree?
I'm just thinking about the whole Casey Anthony.
I
thing.
know. He's like, he did want to be an attorney.
Yeah, I let my, I
Yeah,
let
it's-
myself go. I need something to help me.
I mean, I could probably, you could probably Google it. I don't know the exact name, but I do know that
It's like somewhere in the Midwest. I feel like
Huntington
Cincinnati.
Irvine University or something.
Yeah, it's Googleable, but
You could Google it, yeah.
Yeah, is that a word?
I don't know. It is
She
now.
just made it up.
It really sounded like one.
Googleable.
It's Googleable.
Yeah.
It could be a word. Let's make it a word.
Let's do it. Done.
Done. Bam. Yeah, he.
Seconded.
I feel like you know what? That's a good. I kind of wanted to be a lawyer too. Like I could probably get in there.
For the same reason I
Yeah.
want to be.
No, just to.
What, you got friends you need to help? Is that what the deal
I like
is?
to argue, but I didn't do well in school, so
Well, I mean, I didn't do well in school either, but I mean,
you don't have to.
You don't have to
there.
go to this school.
true.
Yeah, you could go
But like,
anywhere.
I mean, like, you're the next best thing if you like to argue. You're a wife, right?
Oh, bam, bam.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Number 3, if you type in Michael Cohen, is law school.
Really? He's
That's awesome.
Googling it. See, I told you it was Googleable.
Googleable.
Yeah.
Thomas M. Cooley Law School. See, I was pretty close.
That sounds so fucking fake. too.
Right?
Because
Yeah.
Wow.
And he has a BA from the American University.
Well, that's actually not a bad school.
Right.
But I heard
college.
someone was being interviewed that went to school with him and said he was the worst in their class. Like, he was horrible. So if he's the worst at the worst school.
The way he's the worst of the worst. He's just slightly above me.
And then,
I'm the worst construction worker. So, like, I don't know.
Well, he doesn't do construction anymore. Otherwise, you'd be right there with him, right, baby?
No, it's really good.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. I feel like he totally did not upgrade either. Like, so Michael Cohen is not his lawyer anymore. So now he's Giuliani, who's like obviously in the throes of dementia. Yeah. He's like so.
They're putting Giuliani up there just to be like an insanity defense later or something. They're like, this guy's crazy.
He's like admitting to things that they haven't admitted to.
Trump paid it. Just like I would out of a slush fund. Oh my God. He got fired from his law firm the next day for that shit.
Did he really?
Yeah, Giuliani did.
But he's still Trump's lawyer.
I feel like he's like a crazy uncle I used to have before he died.
He seems like a crazy uncle. He's definitely someone's crazy uncle. Mm-hmm. Like he should have retired out of the public eye like 20 years ago.
I'll save you, Trump. Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like best friends though, him and Giuliani. They're like best buddies. They used to do the little Saturday Night Live skits together. Have you seen the one with the cross dressing and
Yep.
Yeah. They used to do all that stuff. The Apprentice, I feel like Giuliani was always on The Apprentice doing stuff.
I never watched that, so I don't know.
I watched the first season, and I was like, I want to be on this show. No.
And now we all are on the show.
Now we're all on the show.
Now we're all on.
We're living the show, but no one's winning. No one's winning this one.
We all lose.
We're all losing.
We're all losing.
America, you're fired.
I know. It's so true. It's, oh, man.
Shit.
Lost a lot of respect internationally for that one.
Yeah, I'm not a
We
Trump
gained
guy.
it, and then we lost it.
Not a Trump guy.
You're not a
at
Trumpy.
all.
You're not Trumpy.
I'm not Trumpy at all.
Despite being from New Jersey, you're not Trumpy.
Yeah, I'm not Trumpy. Surprisingly, a lot of people from New Jersey voted for Trump.
A lot, yeah. I mean, not from like the areas around New York as much, but like out Pennsylvania too. That was a big Trumpy town, Trumpy state.
Why do you think?
I know why. Actually, I'm not living there anymore, but I was living in Pennsylvania at the time. I know why. Like, he promised the coal industry that he'd bring them back.
Plus,
They're like,
so it's like, might as well just
fuck the earth. We're gonna burn coal.
Yeah. I said he promised you might as well go to Detroit and tell him you're bringing back the Model T too.
Right?
Like, it's basically the same thing.
Oh, and they believed him, which is so sad for them.
They're all waiting at the entryway to
like
the
you'll
coal
see
clean coal.
Yeah, you'll see like billboards out there and shit, because like my kids and stuff still live out there, and they you'll see it. It's like, it's something like there's cloudy days and the sun goes down at night, but clean coal is always
clean coal. It's
no
not
such thing.
Clean. It's just dirty.
It's like saying clean Charlie Sheen. It's not
cool Scott Baio.
Yeah, cool Scott Baio. Yeah. It's just not. Something
it's just not real.
Yeah, but it's like their money, and they're like, we don't want to lose our jobs. And I get it, but it's their poor grandchildren.
The other shitty thing that he did too, though, is all of the re-education programs and like training programs for other alternative careers. He took all the funding away from that too. Yeah,
which is a bummer, because they were trying to like get them into other types of like clean, like actual like replace it with
technology jobs and stuff.
Yeah, and energy that's like they took that away.
There's there's a coal fire that's still burning.
What?
In PA.
What?
One of these towns in central PA, I forget.
Are you serious?
Yeah. The town, there's like 12 people that live in the town still, but the rest of the town's been evacuated, and it's not safe to go in. Well, a section of highway had to be rebuilt. Sir Moswell. Yeah, look it up. I forget the name. I wish I could.
What, like the coal mine is like on fire?
The coal mine itself caught on fire, and then once you get into a vein of coal kind of burns slowly, so it'll burn for 100 years underneath.
So that alone is probably just destroying the world.
Yeah.
That one little...
Then there's no way you can put it out.
No, they can't.
Really? You can't put it out?
No.
That seems dangerous.
Yeah. Imagine an underground cave on fire.
that's pretty much what it is, and it's just burning.
Made of coal.
For years and years and years.
For years and years?
Yep.
Hundreds of
years.
years.
It's like a ghost town in Pennsylvania. Now, some people still live there, very, very few. Like, maybe, like, there's, like, 12 people that still live there.
You know, I've only smelled coal burning a few times, and it is not a nice smell. Like, it doesn't smell good at all. Like we've...
Hence, no, clean coal is not a real thing.
That's right. There you go.
Yeah, it doesn't... It's not clean.
No.
It's very black and smudgy.
Yeah. And there you go. Yeah. That doesn't sound clean to me.
No.
Clean coal.
They filter it, you guys. They filter it.
Is that the thing with clean coal? As they say they filter it?
They try. I think that's the angle, is they filter it and recycle it, and then it's clean.
Well, you say recycle and it just sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I recycle anything. Oh, man.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm getting like a cramp in my
Like
knee.
a Charlie horsey
Is
thing?
it gas? Is it
Nah,
it's not gas?
It's not gas. It's like I had knee surgery. So these stupid, weird, freaking muscle spasms and cramps and shit.
Sports injury?
Yeah.
Was it really?
It really was a sports injury.
What sport?
Basketball.
Tennis.
I thought I used to be a very good basketball player. My two oldest daughters played college basketball.
Oh, my God. Wow.
And
that's hard
when
to...
they were getting for the community college, and I decided when I was helping them, I was taking them to the Y and stuff, making them play against grown men. And I was still playing. I'm like, oh, man, I'm still good.
Point guard?
Yeah, point guard.
How did you know?
Because I'm short. Oh, man, I got to stretch my leg.
You got to be able to dish if you're not over 6'4".
Right. So like 2 years ago, I went back. I joined a league, and against somebody's wishes, instead of joining a 35-year-old and over league, I joined the 18-year-old and over league.
Your wife was trying to save you.
Yeah, and the very first game,
just one kid went side to side, and you didn't make it.
I drove, and then I made the layup, and I landed, and my knee just wiggled a little bit weird.
Ooh.
And I was like, oh, that felt weird. It didn't even hurt. And then I'm running down the floor, and my knee just gave out, and I fell.
Oh.
So then it still wasn't that bad. So I sat out a couple games, came back, played. I played in like 3 games. I was like, all right.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
It's just an ache.
Yeah. And then I was having a really, really good game, too. And my daughter was playing on the team with me because we needed people. And I was like, man, I'm going to take this knee brace off. I'm feeling really good.
Oh, no.
She's like, Dad, I don't think you should. So I kept it on, but it was just like a store, like, sleeve type thing. And I made a move, and my leg just went sideways. I was like,
that's so
totally
horrible.
tore the ligament that way.
Yeah, I blew out my ACL.
Whoa.
Ripped apart one of my meniscuses. So now, like, I have, like I get.
How long ago was that?
It was like 2 years ago, but I had to keep working. So I just lived with it for a while. And then I just had the surgery in September. So
I did that to my ankle when I was like 20.
Really?
I was playing college football, and I drove down and landed on somebody's foot and rolled my ankle till I had like carpet burn on the side of my ankle. We were playing on carpet.
That was basketball that you were
Yeah.
You
On
played
carpet.
college football, but that was a basketball
I was playing
game.
college football at the time, but then it was a basketball injury, and then I broke my ankle, and it's still not right. And
I was going to say, it sounds like a basketball injury because I've done that too. I had to have ankle surgery a few years ago.
It ruined your college football, though.
Yeah, I never was able to play.
You played college football?
Yeah, for a couple of years.
Really?
Until I broke my ankle.
What position did you play?
Center.
Really?
Yeah, guard, center.
Wow.
I feel like
was
this
a little
is
bigger
a bro conversation
back
right
then.
here. I'll just listen.
About 250.
Did you play college football?
I did not.
She did.
I did not.
And she's transitioned. She used to be a punter,
A punter.
obviously, with that build. Because punters can pass for women, too.
Oh, my God. I feel like that was a thing. You
They're
know.
not real football players.
Oh, did you tell them that?
Punters? Oh,
Yeah.
they know
All the
it.
time, right?
They know it.
Kickers, punters.
They'll be like, I play football. And you're like, what position? And then they put their head down and they say punter.
It's the single tier just rolls.
And then everybody goes, that's not a real position.
I played basketball in junior high.
Yeah.
I was a very short person. I
You
don't
were
know
a
why.
dancer, too.
I did.
A ballerina.
Oh, that's tough.
I did dance. I wasn't really a ballerina, but I danced. Yeah, I never was sporty at all. I tried to do track.
That's tough, though. Dance is fucking tough.
They ruined
It
her
is
knees.
tough. Yeah, I did it. Yeah,
Really?
ruined my knees, both of them. Yeah, because when you do dance, you're not supposed to. When you jump in the air, you're supposed to land with your knees kind of bent. But I didn't think it looked very good. So
She did it straight.
I did it straight because I thought it looked better. But then it's Apparently, there's a forced absorption thing, and I didn't do it right. Yeah. So now every once in a while, my knees like lock up.
Get out of here, really?
Yeah, they totally do.
Have you got that checked out? Or?
No, never. I never have, actually, now that I think about it.
They just call it lock.
Go back to the hospital.
Just a lock knee.
Maybe get a surgery.
Yeah.
Could you guys...
I'd be the first person to die of knee surgery.
No, probably not.
Yeah.
Not there.
I was going to say, could you imagine that?
Yeah. Probably would.
You can die from any surgery.
You can. Yeah. That's true. They put you under.
Once they put you under, that's the chance you may not wake back up.
We're
downers here.
Did you have to go fully under when you had your... Oh, that's scary.
So you could have died.
I've had to do that only once. Well, when I was 6, but I don't remember. But I did it for a deviated septum thing. This is interesting. Apparently, they give you cocaine.
What?
Yes. So, like, they pack your nose or something before they do the surgery. And I was like, what's this that you're packed? And they're like, well, it's basically like cocaine. And then,
but it worked great because it like constricts the blood flow and makes it all stop. And like for nose surgery, it's like the best thing.
It is warm.
Sweat my fucking balls off.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the only time I've ever done cocaine is at the hospital.
Yeah.
They put me under though, and I woke up super happy.
Really?
I did. And so they're like, you can stay the night. And I'm like, no, I don't need to.
I'm ready to party.
I'm feeling awesome. And then the next day I was like, I should have stayed the night. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, you probably could have got more.
I got sick on that stuff. Like when they put me under.
Oh, yeah.
The anesthetic.
Some people do.
I feel like shit afterwards.
Yeah. I apparently didn't. If they pack your nose with cocaine, I think it just like takes away the
That usually helps a little bit.
Yeah. I don't even know if it really was now that I think about it. They could have just been lying.
Well, it helped me. I packed my nose with cocaine too in Sympathy. Coke.
Yeah.
And then...
that was the 80s that you did that.
Sympathy Coke.
Yeah. It's like Sympathy pregnant. You know, like Sympathy weight when a woman gets pregnant. It's like, we're going to have nose surgery together.
Oh, my God. Sympathy Coke.
If your mom's listening, no, you didn't. That was the 80s.
It was just aspirin. I'm just kidding.
Crushed up aspirin.
Crushed up, yeah.
Takes the pain away.
It's good for a heart attack.
It's good for a heart attack.
It just works better.
To cause one. Yeah.
Shit.
You're too old to do that stuff now anyway.
Yeah,
I mean, no
an
offense, baby, but I think there is.
Once you hit 50, if you do coke, you have a chance at 50-50 of just dropping dead.
I'm pretty sure like Trump did coke throughout his entire campaign. He was the cokiest cokehead I've ever seen.
The Trumpiest cokehead.
The Trumpiest. Wasn't he? Like he would always with his nose.
Know. He's just a fucking asshole.
If he was doing coke, he would have come out with his own line of Trump coke. So,
No, he was totally doing coke for sure, 100%. I would bet my life on it. I mean, he was always with his nose doing the nose thing.
Just a little bit.
I didn't notice that. That's...
Just a little bit.
Look back on the debates.
I prefer not to.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I don't want to read it.
It's not worth it.
Yeah. Shit. I feel like I didn't even really like interview you guys or anything.
Should we start? Should we do an interview now?
I mean,
now that we've gotten to talk and know
now
each
we're
other?
pretty much like getting ready to.
Oh, we're done. We're done.
Yeah, I feel like it was more fun this way.
Oh yeah, it definitely was fun.
If people want to hear about us, they can just go to our podcast, Around the World.
That's true.
With He and
Ask us any quick questions you want, and we can answer it.
Okay.
No. Yes.
Done.
Boom.
Actually, I do want to know how would I go about writing material if I wanted to?
Ooh, I like this. I'm excited.
To be a comedian and do
stand up.
I've convinced several people to do stand up, and some of them have actually been quite successful,
really?
More successful than me. So I don't know how I feel about that, but
you can get books and you can take lessons from people. The general consensus is
you just have to do it.
If you can do one line of setup to one line of punch.
Mm-hmm.
So,
if you watch comedians that you like and kind of see how they set up jokes, like in the rhythm,
right?
Then it's usually like he said, like it's like really quick setup of a joke and then the punchline of a joke. But in New York, you kind of have a little bit of a leg up because some of the really good comedy clubs here. I'm usually against like stand-up comedy classes in general, but they have some good ones to get started that you feel a little bit more confident then when you kind of start. And they like Gotham, I think, has one, and it's Caroline's. I think Comedy Cellar even has one, which would be kind of cool because then your show is like at the Comedy Cellar, which is the only time you'll perform there until you've been doing comedy for 20 years, so you might as well enjoy it. I'd almost take the class just to get a picture of me on the stage and then tell everyone and fake it. But
you can just write down your stories or your jokes write them out, and then look at them and read them. And if it's just like a lot of reading and you haven't laughed in 30 seconds, you probably need to put some more.
I never did that, though. I never worked that hard. I just went up there and started telling stories, and then I'd be like, okay, that felt like it was too long. And so, because it's like you don't really know until you're up there.
Right.
Like,
it's a lot of trial and error.
Yeah, it's totally. No one can really teach you how to do it. I mean, you can get some like tips and stuff, but I feel like you kind of have to just be up there because you don't even know what you need to prepare for until you're up on stage doing it. So you just kind of have to embrace the suck a bit. Is what I would call it, like for the first few times, and
I've been doing that my whole life, so I should be good at that.
That's why I married her.
Oh, wow.
And that is that's how you
get a wife.
You should totally do it. And if you do comedy in New York, like a year doing comedy in New York is like 3 years of doing comedy anywhere else. I mean, you're with the best of the best, and yeah, and it's brutal. It's brutal to do open mics in New York. Like, you can do open mics in other places, and it's like there's actually people there that listen to your jokes. You do open mics in New York, and for the most part, it's comedians looking at their phone, judging you, and just like texting. Like, so.
So it's a good time.
Yeah,
you should do it.
No, you definitely should, though.
I'm good. I
feel like you have jokes. You've had bam moments on this.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm better at, kind of improv-y stuff.
Conversational.
See, then I think you
conversational
should.
jokes.
Yeah, I think you should just try it. Like, get up there and go for it.
Screw it.
Yeah, and then know that it's not going to be the most enjoyable experience.
You're not going to get a Conan special from your first open mic.
I thought I was. Like 3 months into it, I moved to New York from North Carolina thinking I am, like, they're just waiting for me on late night. They need me.
And they still are.
They still need me.
And they still need you.
Yeah, it was a mistake.
I feel like I should have my own late night show.
Right.
There you go.
Not even just going on
skip
somebody
over
else's
it.
show.
Just skip over it. Just do your own.
Be like, I'm here.
But you should do it. And then in a year, we'll come back and you'll be talking about how, like, you're on,
So if you get the Tonight Show, we'll be on. That's
Yeah.
cool. Is that a deal?
Yeah.
Deal.
There we go. Yeah. You'll be a big star.
Yeah.
I think you're funny. You should try it.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I think you should try it. And
First time a woman's ever told me that with my pants on.
Oh, wow. There you go.
He's got jokes.
Yeah.
This guy's got jokes.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen him without his pants on? Boom!
All right.
That was fun. Let's do your pants thing again.
Oh, boy. So, real quick before we close.
Yeah.
Tell everybody about your podcast again that we did not talk about very much.
It's a secret podcast.
Yeah, so our podcast is Around the World with the He and She Show. We interview people about their travel stories and their travel experiences, and we also interview people that we meet while we're traveling that are interesting and cool people. We haven't been traveling since we started the podcast, but I just did, and we met some cool. I met some cool people that'll be on. But yeah, it's about travel, and we do that a lot. It's fun for us.
From all over the world, places we haven't been, and they've been, and
and we've had people Skype in from Egypt and other places. We have comedians that talk about their travel experience, but we have other random people, like we've had a professor, a
tour guide from Egypt, an actor from England.
Yeah, it's fun. Show. We also do stand-up comedy in New York City. So if you're in New York, we have a show. I don't know when
New York Comedy Club.
Yeah, it's a monthly show at the New York Comedy Club. This is a fun show. It's called Date Night, and comedians. We have like a showcase of comedians that answer like dating, sex, relationship questions, and it's improv-based stand-up.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I should check that out.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that. I'd like to see you guys.
But that could be something that, like, we've had people that are newer on, and we've had people who are, like, have Comedy Central specials. And it's interesting because it's improv-based, and sometimes, like, the big comedians that have Comedy Central specials are more insecure about it than, like, the newer comedians. Because, like, those ones are married to their set, kind of, they're used to, like, doing their set. And these other people are, like, younger, they don't know what they're doing, and they just like to improv and have fun, and sometimes it's, like, it hits more, so...
So that's at the New York Comedy Club, and you can find it at the website there.
Yeah, NewYorkComedyClub.com.
And then also our...
it's like usually the last Wednesday of the month.
HeAndSheShow.com is also on there.
Yeah, which you can see our podcast and our show schedule. If we ever do shows, they'll be on there.
Right.
Besides
Have you guys thought about doing a podcast live, like an episode of your podcast live?
We did one for Facebook Live.
It was really fun, actually. We should do another. Why do you ask? Just because?
I mean, I see that a lot.
Yeah.
They'll have like live shows. I think that they're pretty
Like
cool.
at a place.
Like at a venue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we haven't done that yet.
No, but we want to, and we should, and we should actually just set that up. There's a festival. Festivals do that, and there's a festival or two that we might apply to and try to do our podcast there too.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be fun because we do have a lot of comedians on.
Right.
It can be funny.
I think comedians make the best guests.
We do. Well, we do too.
You guys are biased.
Right.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we're comedians, so we think we're amazing. That's the only reason that we go on stage.
Well, you've
got to
guys
have a full
convinced me.
Yeah, well, there you go. And you'll
gonna
be on
do it.
stage soon.
I'm going to do it. Yeah,
And
you
then
guys
talk about it on
do
your
I'm
podcast.
going to try it.
Try it.
Yeah.
You know who we see a lot of that does stand up for the first time is right around the football season when like
Oh, it's over after they lose the pool?
yeah,
That's
fantasy
the
football league.
Fantasy football league, you lose, you have to do stand-up comedy.
Yeah,
Really?
you see it so
awesome.
much. I've seen it so many
That's
times.
great. I've never heard of that.
And it's
There's like
I do a
20
lot of
people
fit-
show up, so it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I do a lot of fantasy sports, and that's
That's what the loser has to do is stand-up
Wow.
comedy.
Yeah,
That's
we've
amazing.
seen
So you
that.
could
lose a
lose
lot
on
of-
purpose.
I lose a lot of them. So
So there you go.
Well, and it's great because then you have an audience of all
Right.
your dudes. Well, I'm sure there's females in your fantasy. Nah, probably not. No.
in my fantasies, yes. In my fantasy leagues,
Finish
no.
your sentence, yes.
Yeah. I wanted to clarify that because you're like, yeah, your fantasy. I'm like, no, it's all
mostly
guys.
dudes.
Yeah.
Mostly dudes.
Eh. Nice. All right. Now I feel bad and awkward. But anyway,
Ruined
yeah.
his fantasies. Okay.
So you'll do stand up. You'll talk about it on your podcast. So then now you have to do it. Because
Yeah.
otherwise people will be like, all those listeners of your podcast will be like, how did it go?
Just a
Yeah.
poser with big arms.
Yeah.
Just don't cry after. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Just
I
try
only-
not
Too
to
hard.
cry.
Not too hard.
I only cry after sex.
Right.
Wow. You guys do the same material right there.
Won't shit right for 2 days.
Oh, God. Oh,
Breaking
God.
into my old construction days there. Now.
I know
There we
you
go.
did. That's construction humor.
Matt, do you have anything to close us out with? You want to nominate
Word-
somebody for the Scott Baio Hall of Fame?
Ooh.
Nobody he knows.
No? You sure?
Michael
You sure
Cohen.
about that? Like,
Rudy Giuliani.
all right.
Eric Trump.
Eric
Doug
Trump.
Wyckoff?
Oh. Bam, bam.
Yeah.
I will take that.
Zing.
I will take that.
I
Hey.
think you could win.
I'm not in any Hall of Fame, so who
Any
the fuck am I to
list,
judge?
right?
Yeah. Well,
So I'm in Matt's douchebag Hall of Fame.
This is
no. It's my douchebag Hall
Can
of
we-
Fame, buddy.
But he nominated me. He nominated me into
For the
your
Scott Baio.
your Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
the Scott Baio Hall of Fame, actually.
God.
Not to be too technical.
Yeah.
Right.
This has been fun, though.
Yeah, I have to once again thank you guys so much. You bailed me out big time because
It was a lot of
otherwise it
fun.
would have just been me.
We like
asking-
being someone's last choice. Desperate choice.
Not the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
time that's happened.
Yeah,
That's how I got married.
What are you gonna do?
yeah.
I was literally second choice. I mean, technically, since I was your second wife. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean-
let's make this awkward.
Yeah.
Well,
So
anyway.
I think it was my second choice.
Oh Jesus! All right, well, that's
Douchebag.
Yeah, you win.
I'm on the list.
Really, thank you guys again. And if you ever do a show about people that have traveled to Cleveland,
Yeah.
because that's about where I've been.
Quite an
You,
experience.
we'll have you on.
Vegas.
You could talk about Vegas
Yeah,
and
talk
Cleveland.
about Vegas.
Cleveland.
You've traveled
Jersey
to New York.
Shore. You've been to the Jersey Shore.
Oh, I can tell you stories about the Jersey Shore.
Okay,
There we
that's
go.
it.
That's
You'll
all
be
we
on our
need.
podcast and tell stories about the Jersey Shore. We've not had anyone do that yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, All
You
right.
could do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's
All
do
right.
it. Let's schedule it next Sunday. Okay, cool.
I'm down.
Really? Because we have a slot next Sunday.
It's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
One or-
I have,
We'll
a,
send
I have a
one or-
slot next Sunday too.
noon or 1 or something like that.
Yeah, something like that in the afternoon.
All right.
All right, so there that is.
I'm in.
Bam, done.
Bam, done.
Perfect.
That's
All right.
great.
Well, everybody, once again, you guys, thank you. Matt, thank you. Great job today. We didn't miss Mike once. And
I missed him a little bit.
Speak for yourself.
Right when Matt called me a douchebag.
yeah, that's
what
what
I
I
missed,
can see. I can
Mike.
see that. And I definitely gonna. So next week I'm available, and I'm gonna definitely check you guys' show out.
Awesome.
Sounds fun.
Cool.
So, everybody, thanks for listening, and I don't know, spread the word. We don't edit, we don't do much, but we laugh. So,
Amen.
and if you actually wanted to find out about my guests, just go to their website because we didn't talk about them at all.
TheHeAndSheShow.com.
TheHeAndSheShow.com.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
All right. Good night.
Good night.